Hi, good afternoon, all of you.
So, yes, good afternoon. Welcome. Welcome. Your team is the one that's going first. People first, profit first. So let's. We are all waiting to hear from the awesome speakers for today.
Your time starts now.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna. I'm gonna start off if it's okay, Vaishali and Shankar.
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
And by the way, I was brought in at around 12 o'clock or so today. So, so I put together something. I'm a little bit disoriented, so just bear with me. I do have a presentation to make, and I'm afraid I'm going to put you guys to sleep because it's going to be a little bit of theory. But in any case, let me just bring it up.
All the best, Sanjay.
Yeah,
We have your back, Sanjay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yes,
So here we go. Here we go. Right. So profits first versus people first. So first, we wanted to sort of talk about the spirit of this conversation. So we think people first versus profits first is an artificial dichotomy, and all of us sort of know this. But I mean, it's fun to have a debate of sorts. But we think that it is artificial, and so essentially, we don't want to make this a debate, but wanted to make it a dialogue, and hopefully construct the conversation with a center, and not sort of be stuck in our echo chambers. Hopefully, at the end of the conversation, and hopefully today's discussion, and this is pointed to the judges. It doesn't resemble a gunfight on Main Street where the points go to the one who's sort of fastest and holding the ground longest, right? So although the title is Dishum, interestingly, we believe the intention is to arrive at a common understanding. So in that spirit, and to create something new. So in that spirit, we are approaching the conversation. Yeah. So I want to start off with a very quick thought experiment, and imagine this, right? Imagine there's a silver machine that dropped from an UFO from some another planet or another system, another galaxy, and it can create $10 million of silver per year out of thin air with no cost. Just imagine that, okay? And there are no taxes to be paid, and the interest rate is 10%. The cost of capital is about 10%. A profit-seeking company buys it for 100 million. Now the question to you is, did they make a good investment? Did the new owner have a competitive advantage in the silver business? If I can get a couple of quick responses. I have only 5 minutes, so I can only spare a few seconds. If some of you can respond quickly, what do you think?
The judges are neutral, so the others can respond.
You can put your responses in the chat window.
Yeah. Did they make a good investment? Yes, no? I mean, it's a machine that produces silver with no cost, basically.
No cost. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, at zero cost. Let me
why
see.
would they pay 100 million?
I think so. No fixed cost.
Okay, so 2 people have said yes. Yeah, 2 people have said yes.
And
I'm saying I'm doubtful.
Okay.
Okay, doubtful. Okay. So I mean, so the thing is, how do you sort of look at it, right? The machine does not make the new owner any wealthier, because the cost of capital is like 10%, right? And you make 10 million per year. It's exactly their cost of capital, essentially, right? Now, the silver machine is obviously a low-cost producer. Zero cost is about as low as it gets. You can't go below zero. And there's no way for them to improve on the machine. It already produces silver at no cost. So there's no efficiency thing and all that stuff. Now, there's another way to look at it, right? The other way to look at it is, the silver machine does have a competitive advantage in the silver business, right? You can bet on the increase of silver prices. There's some value to be created. But essentially, you're just investing in a commodity and hoping it will go up or down. However, here's the important thing. However, it's not an opportunity where people can play a role to make things interesting, because there's no role for people, essentially. But it could be a profitable business. And so therein lies the distinction. When we say profits, I think we need to look at competitive advantage and financial gain differently. They're not the same thing. The silver machine, yeah, it has an advantage that's real, but it isn't interesting, right? So chances are the value created will not last. So when we think of profits, so in this case, when we say the profits first team, when we think of profits, we're thinking of profits that have an enduring value, right? Value that lasts, value that multiplies, etc. Now, so that's one thing I wanted to sort of share. The other thing is, we don't think it's a problem at all, actually. The profits first and people first, we don't think it's a problem at all. That's why we said it's an artificial dichotomy. It's actually a polarity to manage, not a problem to be solved. And what's a polarity? So you have two poles.
Sanjay, time is out.
Okay, can I take just one more minute? Is that okay?
Yeah, please go ahead and finish.
Time out. You're 501 now.
Give him another minute, man. Come on.
Sure,
Yeah.
okay. No problem. You have 1 minute, please.
So the point is, you have two polarities, right? Profits and people. And generally the way this debate is set up is, we got to find the problem of one and then find the solution in the other. So we are kind of growing like this. Whereas the reality is that you got to actually manage the polarities. And so I will just end with this, right? So profits make a business real. People make it interesting and sustainable. So profit first or people first is not a problem to solve, but it's a polarity to manage. And the next time around, Vaishali will talk through an example of how this actually works in reality. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay. For me, the key thing that you mentioned that, that's in favor of profits is that profits are enduring and it multiplies. So, and of course, you gave a good example of the silver business and whatever, and let's now see how the people first team wants to go ahead with their views. Who's going first on people?
Bala, Sanjay wants his cake and to eat it all the time.
Yeah.
Sure. Bala,
Good job.
our team will be represented by Bala first.
Okay.
Sure. Mr. Kannan, my time starts now.
Yes, just about to. Starts now.
Right. Good afternoon. Namaste to everybody. I just wanted to begin with a Thirukural. Kakkai karava karaindannum aakkanum anna neenarka ula. For the people who don't understand Tamil, I'll just quickly tell in English. The crows conceal not. Call their friends to come, then eat. Increase of good such worthy one shall meet. Basically, காகங்கள் தமக்கு இறை கிடைக்காத போது அதனை மறந்து உண்ணாமல் தம் இனத்தை கரைந்து அடைத்து அதனோடு சேர்ந்து உண்ணும் ஆக்கமும் அத்தகைய தன்மை உடையவர்க்கே. When காக்கை, I think we are all people. Definitely, I know you all understand where I'm coming from. Okay, so of course I'm very happy. The people team, the profits team presented began very well, and I'm so glad they're also people. That's why I think they started it very well. So I'm very happy about that. I just wanted to say a couple of things. See, profit and people both are mutually exclusive. I mean, absolutely no doubt about it. Both are very, very important. But the crux is, company may be profitable, but the problem is that will they be sustainable for the future over a period of time? That's what. Whereas a company with people-centric, which are committed, which has high values, which are cultured, definitely, if not today, they may not be profitable, but at some point in time, it will be a successful organization. Right? That's all.
Hello.
And they know solidly that the quarterly profits were very, very good, right? But their stock prices have fallen very, very consistently, considerably, and it worried them a lot. And if you look at a deep dive, I don't want to get into each one of these companies and share what they have done. But the overall crux of this is that the share price gone up, but it was very profitable, but the share price have gone down because they realized something called data security. The security aspect was missed, which is related to people. When that got missed, automatically, the value of the company comes down. So that's so when you don't focus on people, when you don't give importance to people, automatically, however profitable, you just get down, right? Another thing, I'm sure you all would have come under, got into a company called Nintendo. Most of our kids would have played that game, right? So where this basically video games and other entertainment products. After a series of discussion, last 2 years, they realized they're not able to sustain the profit. So what they've done, they started including, developing and selling medical devices. They started managing restaurants, which are basically people-centric. Now they realize the profit is multifold, right? When a video game company can think that beyond profits, people-centric is more important, than you can understand where I'm coming from. And I want to just say one thing. So there is a growing body of research that says purpose-driven firms, only those firms can be, that place their top commitment on something other than the generating profits are more profitable to the investors and all. in a long run. I would quote my personal example, and then probably my time would get over by then. So I'm sure most of you know about my career. So 10 years back, my NDA class is done, so I'm sharing that example. So when I was with Hire One, I was running the offshore development center in Chennai. So at some point in time, because of the public listed company, it got into some trouble in the US, and they wanted to shut down the Chennai center. Right, being the center and board of director, I was very, very adamant in not doing so. Although I was offered so much of so many $1 million of compensation to shut down the center, but today you won't believe. Just for my only concern was people. It is our country, our people. We have developed the center. We should not let that center go. And you won't believe this happened in 2016. And post that, we split that company into 3 different parts. And the final left out piece was Cashnet, which was developed of Chennai. That was acquired by Blackboard. You won't believe it was sold for $220 million to Hire One stakeholders, which Blackboard sold. Hire One sold it to Blackboard, and you won't believe, for doing nothing, just retaining 100% of the people in Chennai, the same $220 million business was sold to $630 million 2019 April. Absolutely no change in the product, no change in the customers, nothing. I think this gives a very serious thought for me. Just focus on people, rest everything is taken care. Thanks for the opportunity. Have a great day. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Bala. So
Half an hour ahead, half a second ahead.
right, thank you. So you captured some very nice points, and then you also said how it's mutually exclusive and then it's sustainable for the future as well. And you spoke about the culture and the data security. You also mentioned about diversifying. So diversifying, I mean, the way I would look at it is like, different ways to grow the profits. That's how I would look at it. I don't know how others would look at it. So that's one thing. And I like your example of, the Hire One to whatever they purchase. So that is a great example. But again, what is the value that they're paying for? Is that for profits or is it for the people? I don't know. I leave the audience to think about that. So great points. Thank you, Bala. So who is next?
Vaishali.
Vaishali. Wow. Yay.
Your time starts now.
Let him put up the screen, Shini, then you can start my clock.
Oh, okay. I will just close. Okay.
Thank you.
Done.
Sorry, yeah. Give me a second. I'll just pull it up.
Sure. So while the screen is coming up, this is like Bala was talking about. This is a anecdotal conversation. It's something extremely close to my heart. And it's a story that I'm intimately familiar with. 3 people, more than 25 years in the corporate space, decide they're running on a treadmill going nowhere, and they jump off. They jump off and start a fintech alternate firm, alternate lending company. Yes, I have the slide. Thank you.
I don't see the slides.
Can everyone see the slide?
I can see.
Yes.
Yeah, we can see the slide.
Okay. So for those who can't see, I will anyway be talking through the numbers, so don't worry about it. So 3 people came off the corporate grid and wanted to start off something on their own. Built a team, total of 500 people years. We built a loan book of 3 crores. We had 1,200 active customers, a pipeline of 25,000 odd customers. And now we started looking at expansion plans. How do we bring all these 25,000 people into the system? How do we financially include these people? It's a bootstrap company, so we've run out of everything that we've put into the business. And we are starting to now look for funds. So around 75 to 100 VC conversations back and forth. We got repeat feedback from every single conversation we were in. Hey, great concept. The country needs something like this. Great team. I like the way you're, planning for the company and the direction and everything. But you go build a 100 crore loan book first, then come back to us, and then we will invest. Every single time we spoke to the VC, this is what they said. Yeah, you have a 3 crore loan book. That's great. Your pipeline looks great. But please go and build a 100 crore loan book. Come back to us. Then we'll talk. Yeah, I understand that. But, we actually need the money to build that 100 crore loan book. Didn't work. So what happened? Unfortunate and very obvious. In spite of everything that we had put together, the company had to close. And compelling case for building revenues, building profits, and building a slightly higher number base for an investor to look at, for a potential stakeholder to look at, that if you don't have the money, it doesn't matter that you have a great team. It doesn't matter you have a great concept. Show me the moolah, I will invest. And once I invest, then talk about investment plans and talk about expansion plans. I'm done.
Thank you, Vaishali. So you gave a very compelling case for profits first, talking about it from the VC perspective and how for the VCs nothing matters but the moolah. Great. Thank you for sharing that. Who
Just
is
one,
next? Yeah.
Can I ask one question just for my clarification on this?
Yeah.
So Vaishali, the perception of great people was from whom?
I'm sorry, Mukul. The feedback from?
The perception of great people, great team and all that was whose?
From the VC.
Okay.
Thank you. So who is next from the people team?
Anand.
Okay, thank you, Captain. I'll go. Yeah.
Yes.
That's now.
It starts now. Thank you. Firstly, let's be very clear. When we are running an enterprise, there's only one focus. It is profit maximization. So I'm pro-profit, but not pro-profit first. So that's my first caveat. Second thing is I would like to pick points from what the two speakers have already spoken, Sanjay and Vaishali. The moment you think of profits, he says, I have that fictitious silver making machine, Sanjay said, and people had no role to play. I find it very strange because if he makes so much of silver from that machine, who is he going to sell it to? He still needs people to buy. Without people, there is nothing. If you're talking of people in a sense of only employees, we are sadly mistaken. So people are there, or people are first, even from a customer point of view. So that is from Sanjay's point of view. Sanjay, one more thing I observed is when you think of profit and all those things, then probably English also gets new jargons. I heard some new name called polarity and all that. Probably my vocabulary is bad, but we end up with these kind of things, different presentations, boxes and all that to prove why we will be more profitable. Vaishali, with your presentation, you actually proved that you people first, because to run your presentation on profit first, you needed Sanjay's help. So people.
Oh, no. Sorry. Time out.
No, you'll talk later. You'll talk later. I'm just saying my points. We'll come to it. You can always repeat after my 5 minutes. And then your venture, your concept that you started for making a 100 crore loan book, you started with 3 people. So that is where it is. It is important that we make profits, but we make with people as the primary. We build everything around people. I myself, along with my wife, ran an enterprise for 4 years. When after 2008 Lehman crisis, we crashed badly. I had 12 employees. For 1 year, I sustained costs, allowing people to find jobs using the computer. I had no clients for 6 months, no billing, but people, I didn't let them go. I asked them to find jobs and then let them go. I put people at my cost. So I've always been a firm believer that people will be there. It is the quality of profits that matter, and quality of profits comes only by people. If we make all those profits, whom are we making it for? It is for the people. So it is still the people who are going to use it. That means the quality of profits has to be good. Let's take a COVID classic example. We all had shutdown. Why economy is shut down? To save people. So even there, people let go. Enterprises let go profits because to protect people. So everywhere it is people first, and that's what I want to mention. Thank you.
Amazing points, Anand. I love it. You're making it very interesting. Thank you. So I loved the aspect that, for you, people is beyond the employees. You're looking at customers. You spoke about Corona and how people are the primary thing, and you gave your example. And lovely, you said that the quality of profits, that comes from the people. So that's great. So let's see how. I think Shankar is the last speaker on profit first. So let's see what Shankar has to say.
That's now.
Yeah, we all have experienced lockdown. So I think you also have given an example of during the lockdown, you still continue to maintain people, ensure that they are still on rolls, etc., etc. But when they are on rolls, the most important factor is how do you make them survive? You have to still have some profits with you, without which you cannot give the feed. You have to find a way to give feed the people. How do I ensure that you get into that position? So you will have to look at ensure that your profits go up, or you have to maintain the profits. Without you maintaining the profits, you will not be able to feed any of them. Whether you look at expenses has to come down. Let us say you have been paying rents for 1 crore of rupees per month, and you have to find a way to reduce it and find a way to close those offices and ensure that you maintain some surplus money and profits with you so that you start feeding them. Okay. And for that being the fundamental example, you also, if we go back to our families in India, most of the families in the earlier days, this all started with joint families. When you say joint families, there will be head of the family who runs this business of family and brings everybody up into the family, into their own lives and bring everybody together. But end of the day, he also has to have a cash in hand and profits in hand and ensure that everybody starts saving the money. Let us say if somebody is earning 100 rupees today, ensure that he keep 10 rupees as a profit and keep it aside. And tomorrow, if I have 1,000 rupees, keep 100 rupees aside as a profit and ensure that I keep building my profits all the time. Otherwise, I'm not going to sustain. Like in another example, it's clearly an indicating that if I don't have 100 crores of money, there is nobody who's going to come and invest. Otherwise, the organization is going to go down. So I have to always ensure that my profits are always increasing. Otherwise, if I don't have profits, I will not be able to face the pandemic or epidemic in future, or I don't know how I'm going to live and survive. So the more important thing is we have to bring in a culture of profit first. Then I will start feeding the people and I will start bringing them up. Then I will look at value chain. Then even if I have to start a registration of a company, I have to give money first. And but the most important thing that I think each one of us have to believe is our livelihood, which used to happen many years back. Even today, there are still joint families, big families. You have to look at how organizations also today, if you look at Tata, what is the culture? First, they make the profit. Then automatically, people is a byproduct of it. So then you start taking care of people. If you don't have money, how will you take care of people? There is no way where I can take care of people. And each one of us in our own lives, we have seen all these problems during this recent lockdown. It's not something, if you have not saved your money or if you have not made profits for yourself, then none of us would have survived like this. And it's a great learning for each one of us where COVID helped us what is mean by saving, what is mean by profits in independent life or in independent organization or a big enterprise. I think with that conclusion, I feel that profits have to be always taken care and they are the first. Otherwise, none of us can survive. Thank you.
Okay.
Amazing points, Shankar. You made it really a lot more interesting. So you gave the lovely example of the lockdown and how profits are required to feed the people, to take care of the people. And you mentioned about the joint family, and profits especially are required to survive during uncertain and challenging times like the pandemic. And you also mentioned the culture of profit. I like that. That's normally we relate culture with people, but you said culture of profit. So that was really nice. So I think some very, very valid and interesting points, and how profits help in taking care of the people. So it's made really lively and interesting. So I would request both the, I think Vasu has
Dr. Vasu has to speak.
Yes.
Vasu has to speak.
Yes, the captain. Yes, captain, I am waiting to hear you.
Thank you. First of all.
1 second, Vasu, hold on.
Yeah, I'm holding. Unless I get the signal, I'll not start.
Yeah, please go ahead, start.
So thank you. And first of all, I would like to thank our team members as well as the team members who are speaking for profit first, because they have also collaborated with us to make this team stronger by the points that they have brought into the table. So thank you for that. So it's like already the first person, Sanjay ji, said it is a dichotomy, it is only a perception. So there itself, the kind of, no, it is not between the two, we are all together, all those things, the collaboration started there without probably not expressly expressing it, but it started there. And even before the debate started, when the teams were formed, There itself we have kind of now, everybody, even the members who wanted to participate, they said we wanted to speak for people first. And then they are talking about profit first. They themselves, in the heart of heart, they wanted to be people first. And by whatever circumstances, they are now speaking out of whatever compulsions for profit first. Okay, so the game is already done, but still I would like to go ahead with a couple of points. What do you mean by profits? Let us take the case of profits. Means we talk in terms of money. And what is the value of money? Where does the money value come from? Was there money at the beginning of this evolution? Never. The question of money, the value for money is all brought in by only people. People only give value to money. Otherwise, money by itself is a sheet of paper. It is a different value at different countries, in different contexts. So it doesn't make any difference. It is the people who give value for money. It is the people who make the change, who bring the difference, who give the value proposition. And when you talk about, okay, coming to profit, what does profit mean? A simple term. It is income minus expenditure. Where does the income come from? It comes from people who are involved, either for selling, for buying. When it comes to expenditure, who are involved? Again, people. If you are going to put machinery, who is going to manufacture the machinery? It is the people who are going to get involved to manufacture. Everywhere it is people. The beginning is people, the end is people. Everywhere it is people. Only thing is, this is in between. In between they come, in between they go. What exists is the power of people. It is the brainchild of a person that comes out as a business. It is somebody's intellectual property, which translate in terms of business, in terms of scientific discovery, in terms of technology, whatever, entrepreneurship, everything, it's people. And then we add value to it. That's what it is. And so, my dear friends, let us all accept that it is all people from the beginning until the end, always people. It's not first, it is always people.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Shivaji Dhotare.
Oh, great comments. You should look at the chat box. There were some lovely comments. So great, lovely, very nice.
Nadikun theriyum boss.
So Vasu, you did mention some awesome points, like, how everything is about people, how you collaborate, how the teams are formed. And I really love that the fact that you said it's always people, and how people are the ones who are adding value, be it in technology, entrepreneurship, and even very nice point that you said is money is just paper. So it is all the value that has been created by the people. So amazing, really very interesting discussions that have been going on. And I would request both the teams to please, get on conference call. Sorry, I don't know how to do the breakout rooms here. So if you can just get on, put your points together, don't disconnect from the online. You can just take and call each other and speak, gather your points, and then we will have one person representing, each to counter the other side. So thank you for making it so interesting. And in exactly 5 minutes, if you can come back, that will be awesome. Amazing, right? All of them were so good.
Beautiful. Actually, very nice, very nice.
Very interesting.
The last
Sangeet, sorry.
No, the last punch by Vasu was really phenomenal. Because he really chose the last one and really he did it so well. Yeah, so sorry, go ahead. Please go ahead.
No, one thing I was just noticing in all the speakers, even though they were trying to take sides, whether for people or profits, the underlying theme is they were exhibiting the message saying that both are equally kind of important. That was coming out very clearly.
Yeah. So
okay, I have this dichotomy which I thought it will come out in some discussion. See, okay, when there is no profit, when there is no margin, then there is no mission. But then the people is very, very long term, is all bundle of emotion, feeling and all that. It's very difficult to manage. So that's also the reason why people don't put people efforts. It's too difficult to get people efforts done up and running. But monetary efforts are easy to get them up and running. It's easy to manage money. It's very difficult to manage people. So we also look at why efforts don't go behind managing people. Is this maybe just a piece of thought which keeps coming?
I think Sangeeta very carefully chose the subject profit versus people, not cost versus people. So I think if cost had been the subject, then possibly more people would have leaned towards people very easily.
Well, correct. Boss also spoke about cost, starting mission, running mission, all this is cost. See, cost from a manufacturing perspective, the way we understand cost is different.
Profit is a perception, cost is reality.
See,
people want a perception, right?
Price is politics, cost. Price is politics, cost is reality. Your cost is your reality. But the price you keep is politics. You want to enter a market, you want to screw your competitor, you low price it. That's a competitive discussion. But look at the leverage, why people are choosing people efforts versus monetary efforts. People efforts are very, very difficult to manage. The return on efforts on people efforts, long term, very difficult. You need a lot of motivation to sustain it.
But if you see all those companies who have taken that extra effort have sustained over a longer period of time.
Which one, man? People efforts.
So all those companies who have spent resources, time, effort on building people's resources. If the people are engaged in the company,
they're all like gas stove, switch off and switch on at convenience. It is not long term, never sustained.
See, that you are talking from a coding or from an automated kind of structure. But
you tell one organization, I will go get the data and prove to you their people efforts are sustained, not sustained. It is always on and off.
I can tell you mine. The amount of effort we are putting on developing people, I think Sangeeta probably has some idea. Sundar may be having some idea. That we are not bothered about this quarterly profit to show to stock markets and stuff like that. Right? Anything you're able to make over your cost, then it becomes how much value your stakeholder is wanting from your business. But they genuinely want
the team is ready.
That's the mistake you are making. You are one, and you are making an example. No, you look at data of large sums of organization. You will come. This reality will come striking. There are no people efforts. Finally, it will boil down to money. Look at every organization which has done restructuring, let people go, close, shutting down, Lehman Brothers. Every crisis, it's all about aggressive drive for short-term.
16 people, you have 2 people here who have made their 2 or 3 people who have made their profession trying to build on people's resources. Sundar, Sangeeta, all these people's full-time job is to see how to increase capability of people.
But to deliver profits.
I merge the profits as well, being a finance professional.
But it is to deliver profit. It is to deliver profit. When there is no margin, there is no mission. It's okay. So we have another 30 seconds for the other teams to join.
Yes, in fact, I was curious to ask Mukundan to talk. I think he has put some good points on the chat. So probably Mukundan, you can share more once the other 2 teams also share their perspectives.
Sure. Actually, my take is, as Vasu was also saying, that it is people who create.
Sundar sir, one nimisham. Sangeeta, you need to get the teams back. It's 5 seconds, 5 minutes over.
Okay, let me.
You can take Sundar's point, then we will go back to the teams.
Yes.
No, I'll wait. No problem. Bala is back.
No, the Vaishali's team is not yet back. So let
Vasu is back. Yeah, right.
No, we are all back, always in time. We value people. We know we are all waiting. Debate வந்துட்டா நாங்கலாம் collaboration இதெல்லாம் பண்ண மாட்டோம், dichotomy எல்லாம் சொல்ல மாட்டோம் நாங்க.
Vasuji, which constituency, sir, you are representing?
Constituency of humanity.
Oh.
ஜனகராஜ் கமலாசனோட அந்த படம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா நீங்க எங்கேயோ போயிட்டீங்க.
Rajaram, nice to see you.
Yes.
Rajaram ji.
Yeah, nice to see you, Sundar, Sangeeta, everyone.
Hello, Rajaram.
Sorry, I was a bit late.
Yes, no worries.
Yeah.
Yes, so I think we are back in action. Profits First is also here. People First is also here. So
Yes.
yes,
Each team gets 5 minutes to present their final wrapping up the session, Leah.
yes, correct. So
Who
who
goes
wants,
first?
yeah, who
Yeah,
wants to
profit
go first,
first.
or do you want me
Profit
to
first.
toss
They want
No,
again?
it has to be in the
No,
same
they
order. No,
already
already
tossed.
toss is one.
Okay,
Profit first. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. Time starts
Okay,
now.
one speaker from Profit First.
Vasu was the last word.
So he thinks.
The last
So he thinks.
drama.
Starts
Drama.
now. Okay, done.
Okay, so what we've done is we've picked a few points from each speaker and we're going to look at a counter for that. The first point, Bala mentioned that profits and people are mutually exclusive. I think all three of us believe that it's not. Profits and people are interchanged, which is why right in the beginning, interconnected, I'm sorry, which is why right in the beginning we said that this is a false dichotomy. This is a dichotomy that's been created for the purpose of debate. Second, the data security issue because of which the share price went down, even though the company was profitable. I think data security issues world over are created because of lack in the people. I think the people, when they don't follow the process, create security lapses. So it's a people issue. Finally, he was talking about the longevity of an organization. Yeah, great. If you have to have an organization that outlives people, it has to be profitable. If it's not profitable, the organization will close no matter how good the people are. So in the long run, profits matter. Otherwise, there is no company that will sustain. Anand, to your point on I needed people to talk and to do my presentation. No, even before the slide came up, I started talking. So I did not necessarily need Sanjay to put that slide up for me. Anyway, that's just in jest. That's just in jest. But the fact that you were talking about the quality of profit to protect the people itself talks that people need protection. And if they needed the protection, they need the profit. If there is no profit, we can wave from afar to all the people.
Am I allowed to interrupt?
No, I have a 5-minute window, so please don't. Yeah. Dr. Vasu, I did want to speak about people, but then I didn't realize that Raghavan had already picked me. And the hallmark of a good speaker is to be able to speak both ends against the middle. It doesn't matter whether I'm speaking about profit or people. At the end of the day, we need both of them for the organization to succeed. Inge pesina enna, anga pesina enna, it doesn't matter. You were talking about paper, money being paper, right? And people giving value to money. Let's go back to yesteryear, way back when our ancestors were looking at, if we said people were happy without themselves, by themselves, and they didn't need the money, then the whole barter system would not have started. The reason barter system started because people didn't have what they would have liked. And barter system is the earliest form of money, right? And that's how money has come about. If they didn't trade goods, if they didn't trade services, barter system wouldn't have come. And if the barter system didn't come, money wouldn't have come. And please remember, they did all of this because just people, all of us being happy as people, would not have been enough. They needed something more. And that something more came about with barter systems, right? Final point before we go off. Creating IP, it's people who create IP. Absolutely spot on. People do create IP. But if there is no money, if there is no profit, you can't go and file for a patent. Filing for patents is extremely expensive. It's a long drawn process. People lose way in the middle because they don't have the money to back it up. So if you don't have the money, yeah, you might have a great idea, but it's never going to see light of day. Srini, I'm done. Sanjay and Shankar, in case you want to add anything that I've missed out, please.
Yeah, people are the weakest link. You covered everything. Thank you.
Amazing points, Vaishali. Very, very well spoken, beautifully summarized. And I think, yeah, you had some very nice points. You countered the other team beautifully well. I loved all your points. You spoke about, the dichotomy, the data security was beautifully brought about, and the lack of people not following the process. That's like so true. You were like bang on there. And yeah, I know both are required, and I love the barter system, which is like so true. Because people need something more. That something more is the profit and the money aspect and the IP. Beautifully said. Thank you. Very well done. Now I'm really looking forward to hear the people first team, what they have to say and counter.
Since she was a people person.
Yeah.
And she went into the wrong team.
Thank you.
She spoke so well. That's the point.
Yeah.
That's now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that counters that you were trying to give. Of course, there will be counter to counters also. Vaishali, because you also specifically mentioned about my statement about it was about the choice of the topic, it was not made. It was it is most important thing is what how a speaker can speak. It is about that. I think it was about the topics. It is not about how good you are speaking or how good I am speaking or how good our team is speaking. It is about the topic. We are revolving around topic, and the debate is about which is standing first. It is not about who is having a better presentation skill. Okay, I want to clear that out. So it is not about who is better in presentation skill. It is better. It is which is better. People first, profit first. Let's make that clear. Okay, point number one. Huh?
ஒரு நிமிஷம் போச்சு
போயிட்டா பரவாயில்ல, நிறைய இருக்கு எங்களுக்கு. எங்களுக்கு இன்னும் ஒரு நிமிஷம் இருந்தா கூட போறோம்.
எலெக்ஷன் நியூஸ் பேசலாம்.
இல்ல ஒரு நிமிஷம் இருந்தா போறோம் எனக்கு. Second, okay. Yeah. The second point that I would like to make, the barter system was brought in. See, barter system, monetary system, all these are brought in by people. Please understand, we need to understand that particular thing. It is all brought for the sake and convenience of the by the people only. And even in whatever even before barter system was existed, people were there. Yesterday it was before barter system, nothing was there. Then barter system, then we have monetary system. Tomorrow it will be something. We are talking about cryptocurrency, digital economy. So many things will keep on changing, but people will continue to transact. People will continue to exist. People will try to find more and more values. That is what we wanted to tell. Every organization, there are only board of directors. There is no board of money, board of dollars, board of currencies. Okay, that is one thing I would like to say. And most importantly, when you took it from a globalization, because the corona was brought in as a COVID situation was brought in, you take the case of developed countries, especially a country like US. The focus was in only building the economy. They went into print notes so that it could be distributed. They felt that money can take care of the problem, but it did not. It did not save lives. But here in our country, because the country is believing in value systems, the value of people, that's why they said, let us protect the people. What for we will have money then for? We have to protect the people. Only when people are there, they can generate value, and that generation of value could be wealth or whatever form it is. They can find their own ways. Yesterday's wealth is not today's wealth. It can change, but people will continue to exist. They will find new values in everything, and that's how things move on. So it is all about people. The technology today, we are talking about artificial intelligence and all those stuff. Of course, fine, but artificial intelligence and all is all again man-made. It is not something coming up from the somewhere else. It is all man-made. As long as human being exists, there will be continuous change of technologies and wealth propositions, value systems and other things. But the core of human being, humanity, that will always remain fundamental for all our existence. Okay, that's how we have been growing, and that's how we will continue to grow. Thank you. If anybody, Bala or Anand, would like to add, yeah, if there is time.
Yeah, you have time. Definitely you have time. You have solid 1.5 minutes.
Okay, one counter for Vaishali.
Shankar, you would like to add something?
Okay, go ahead, Bala. I'll finish. I'll come.
No, I just wanted to end up with Tirukkural. Since I started with Tirukkural, I put it on the thing as well. Arulodum anbodum vara porulakam pullar porulavidal. Basically, without the love and peace and affection, which is through the people, no point in having so much of money. That's what Tirukkural says in 755. So I leave it to you people to decide.
Bala, porulodamaium padikira neenga. For choosing Tirukkurals which are convenient to you, please take porulodamai. This is unfair.
Okay, I think that is where I want to say the same point Vaishali also brought in. Basically, we are not saying no to profit. We are only saying people first. Because if you're running an enterprise, profit maximization is the only goal. So let's be clear with that. Investor returns is what we are all working for. There's no doubt about it, but it's people first. That's what you're saying.
Right.
People always.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Very beautiful points. Vasu was trying to say, even the Bata system, everything is something that has been brought in by people, and people are always there. People, they related to the values, and then you have board of directors and not board of money and all that. So he also spoke about the in our country, how values are given a lot more priority, and again the people and technology again he touched upon, and that concluded with the fundamentals of existence is again comes back to people, and the investor returns, of course, that was something that all of us said, and Bala beautifully completed with the Tirukkural. So that is great. I really loved this discussion. Great points by everyone. So what I would now request, now we still have a little more time. So in case anybody wants to add, we can have it. And then, just based on the pure discussion, the points brought out by all the 6 speakers, I would like all of us to vote, including the speakers, to say what they believe in, whether it's people first or profit first. We will probably do that little later, and now probably we can open the floor and get more points. And yes.
First, you have to give time to Mr. Sundar. His
Yes,
discussion
yes.
was half completed.
Okay.
He first, then others go.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Sri. Thank you so much. So what I wanted to share was that, Vasu was saying, and then Bala was also saying, it is ultimately, actually, when the world started, it started with people. Adam and Eve. So it all started with people. So that at the time there was no money. So I think when the world ends, in some of the books or the articles, it says when the nature takes over and the humanity goes off, and that's the end. So having said that, the 2 points related is that Bala was touching about the beautiful point of the purpose of an organization. So I just want to extend it by 2 points here. One, purpose of the organization as well as purpose of the individuals. So there, I think money is not the cause. So most of the successful organizations in the world, when they defined why they exist, the purpose of the cause, it is actually revolving around people. And that when I say people, it will be either employees first or customers first or vice versa, or the stakeholders first, whatever it is, all are people. And money,
I think
generally
investors first.
Yeah, all people at the end of the day. So, money is actually the result. It is generally not the cause. So that's what I just wanted to share here.
Sandra.
Right, great point, Sundar. Lovely. Sorry, I just wanted to add one more in relation to what Sundar said. You spoke about, why business exists. It's for the people. Very true. But, any sort of business, I think end of the day is there only for profits, because otherwise they might as well do charity. This is my perception.
Absolutely right.
Here, one thing which I also wanted to speak about is when Sanjay made the initial pitch about a divergent kind of a matrix. Actually, if you look at the center of the matrix, that is where I think people have to stand in right there and take their decisions, where it is the meeting point of both people and the way you run the business. That is the ultimately leading to profit. So I think it is 2 wheels of a chariot where one has to balance from a corporate perspective. Now, I'm not going deep into philosophy or Tirukkural or going deep into the mythical world, but when you run a business, I think it is a balance between the 2 wheels which will lead you to success, which will make the chariot move forward. That's my.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Chandrasekhar had a point.
Yeah. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, Shekhar. Yes.
Yes, Shekhar.
So let me quickly share my thoughts, and this is different in terms of what I initially thought. I'm a Pakka finance guy, but then the startup world has taught me something very different. Some of the actual opportunities that I'm getting in is more like an acqui-hire, which means people are getting into acquisition more for the people, then in terms of what the business is doing, because they believe that with those people as someone who rightly said, probably the business can expand and therefore the profit can come. So acqui-hire is something that I'm seeing a lot in the startup world. The second is, even if you take the example of Tata's, this is something which I realized only late. If you take Tata Motors, that's in a loss. If you take Tata Sons, that is in a disarray. If you take Tata Power, that has got huge debt. So sometimes we say that no, Tata is a company which does so well because they always look at profits. Not necessarily so, but I think one thing is very relevant about Tata's. I think they take extremely good care of people. So I think again, I realize that people something that truly comes first. Let's take the startup world again from the likes of Oyo or Zomato, or let's say Ola and others. I mean, most of them they employ people in huge numbers. May not be Ola, but the others. And look at their profitability; they're hardly profitable. Byju's started declaring profit only last year. Oyo is saying that they'll become profitable, but look at the series of funding that they were able to raise. It's because of the sort of quality that they showed in terms of the business, and the business because of the people. And finally, my favorite statement, which I always say, I think earlier we used things and loved people. Now we use people and love things, and that's the reality that I'm seeing around. So I think we should go back to people first. To what Anand said rightly, I'm not saying profit should not come first. Profit maximization is the key, but the first people are first, and then it comes. That's my view.
I just want to end with one point, because Chandra spoke on startup world. Chandra, I just want to draw your attention to a company called Theranos, which rose from 0 to 9 billion overnight, came to 0 the next day morning.
That's
all
fraud.
people.
All people.
When it fails, it is fraud. When it succeeds, it's people. It is not.
There are exceptions, Ilya.
No. The startup world or in any ecosystem, finally, good ideas thrive because they make profit sense. You will not go and invest in a company. No, Chandra, you won't go and invest in a company because you like the people. You look at the P&L. You look at the P&L. No, you look at the P&L. Look at the balance sheet. Look at the cash flow plus the people. If all are good, people are good, then you invest.
Quick point is Satyam, because again, when we do all this work, Satyam is because of 1 or 2 people. Ramalinga Raju plus
people.
But that doesn't mean the company was fraud. The people who were there were so amazing. That's why Tech Mahindra came, and today it's still the same as the case with WeWork, and others.
That acquisition was because of the value driven by the customer, not for the Satyam's balance sheet.
People, customer
startups wants to speak.
Basically, the money revenue stream which is coming inside. Yeah,
Vaishali wants to say something.
Vaishali.
So we've agreed that it's not, you can't put one before the other, but just a counter, because this name has been going on being bandied when it comes to taking care of people, is the Tata Group. Shekhar, no offense, this is not personal, but the number of people TCS has let go, the number of people Taj Safaris has let go. Taj Safaris, almost one entire lodge that has around 50 people, they've just shut down without no questions. Okay, now this doesn't come into the light. They keep this away from the press. That does not mean that the Tata Sons loves their people and they take care of their people. Up until recently, TCS lost more than 25 to 45,000 people. They were just on the roads. Interns, 15,000 interns were given offer letters and they weren't even taken on. So Tata Group especially very contentious when it comes to, hey, I love my people. I wouldn't agree. And I'm saying this with personal information with people in all of these organizations who've had issues.
They sacked the chairman.
Nobody's supporting them. We are saying that we only thought it was so, but look at the longevity of the group, and nobody says Tata is highly profitable. The counter was to that. Tata also make losses.
Yeah.
Rajaram actually came in. I don't know where is he.
He wanted to say something. Yes, Rajaram.
So if you look at companies which are making huge profits, but if they don't look at the environment, if they don't take care of the people, or if they don't take care of the social needs, then they are not respected. They're they may be making money for their investors, for one set of stakeholders, but if the larger society, the larger stakeholders are not taken care, the companies don't earn the respect. So if you have to really earn the respect of people, even if you don't make profits, but if you take care of the people, if you take care of the societal needs, if you take care of the environment, then you will be more respected than pure profits. So what I would say is, profits are important, definitely. That is what will, if you take Infosys, during the 80s, they were selecting only 2% or even 1% of the people, right? They made the entry system so good, so choosy, that over a period, a good set of people, came in, and that led to a good set of deliverables, good set of ideas. Then that led to profits. So it is always people first who create the profits later, right? So if you take Tesla, it is the guy who is running it, right? Who is purely responsible, predominantly. If you take Apple, it was Steve Jobs' idea, the enthusiasm, the drive. So it is always a key set of people and key ideas which have really laid the foundation on which others have built it for huge profits. So that is my humble submission. So people definitely come first.
Sangeeta, we should start polling for results now.
Yes.
Just 2 points.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to pick it up from what Rajaram said, right?
Yes.
Why people first is that, even if any of us is given, say, for example, even say $500 million, I'll give you $500 million. Can you come up with a brilliant idea which will produce so much of profits in future? There is no way that we can do that. So it's always that idea gets generated from an individual, right? And that enables one to come up with a business, right? And in business, again, you have only two forms of capital, right? One is the monetary function side of it. The other one is the human capital. Right? So it's the human capital that is responsible for starting a business, as well as running it a business, as well as managing it, like people, who are in your level. And at the end of the day, the beneficiaries again are going to be the consumers, right? So it's always about the people. And people, it's like a circle. You start at one point and you'll always end at the same point, right? Anything that comes in between or outside of it is all about business. So what, like again, it's all about the profit margin, as you would call it, right? So I can make a 2% profit, 200% profit. There is nothing that stops saying that how much of profits is good enough, right? Again, like I mentioned in the chat window, right? Even in dictionary, you have the people first, followed by the profits. And the whole democracy is based on just the principle of by the people, of the people, and for the people, right? Rest of the things, they are all only just outcomes, and they don't dictate anything to that. If you take care of your people, we might say customers first, employees first, stakeholders first, right? At the end of the day, you are going to get bogged down by the investors who are going to expect hell lot of profits, right? There is no limit to them. If there's even we see in the startup world, I am seeing that even at the price PE ratio of say 30x and 40x and all. What is this? These are all ridiculous things. So if somebody is going to invest, meaning that what is the expectation is going to be, the level of expectation is significantly huge. So if only any organization can focus on the people, then the rest of things will fall in place, and ultimately one of the outcomes is profits.
Yes, Mukund, go ahead.
So I just want to make one point that even during Corona time, right? I think somebody mentioned about respect the people develop for their company if they are taken care of, right? So it's partly a culture thing, that whether it's top down or whether it's peer driven, that if people really focus on the development of people, they would contribute to increasing the profits of the company far better than a disengaged lot, right? From that perspective, if you want to maximize profit, you need to have a very engaged workforce. You need to have a very thought-aligned workforce, which can actually think on ideas and stuff like that, bring it up. Obviously, profits are needed, not profits, break even at least is needed to run the company, but profits may be a nice to have thing. But I think if the topic was money versus people, I think it would have been even more of a dishum. But I guess, thanks. Everybody has done a fantastic job.
Yes, money here refers to, profits here refers to money.
Yeah, where is the mullah? Huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Asif wants to say something, Sangeeta.
Yes, Asif.
Okay, at the cost of getting shot down very badly, I think people first and profit first debate, made me realize, after hearing Sangeeta, Vaishali, batting for profit, but coming from a people background. I think for different companies at different stages, it is important to have people or profit. Okay, I have gone through experience where after this lockdown also, where we had to, like what Vaishali was saying, we had to get rid of people because we are not having profits. At the same time, if we had had profits, I wish we had more better profit to not when I say profit, it is actually the cash. If you had cash in hand to survive and sustain, we would have taken care of people. So cash comes only with profit. When you generate profit, cash comes. It's a cliche example to take. Apple example always. Apple has been so profitable that they buy the best people from the profit. So maybe Steve Jobs is a rarity that you don't get Steve Jobs kind of people anyway now without cost. You need to spend on people like Steve Jobs. So I think for different times in a company, profit in people is when it is important is very different. So I think I'm personally I'm for people first kind of a person, but having just been saying people first and not having profit is no, it doesn't make sense. I think at some time you need to have profit first. At some time you need to have people first. So sometimes profit is also very, very important than people.
Maybe the adage of right people on the bus counts the best in this example.
Beautifully said, Asif. Very nice.
I think we need the results first now.
Yes, results first. Yes.
No.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something.
Yeah, please.
First thing is, I'm glad this is over. Okay. So imagine me frantically preparing for this in the 2 hours. Okay, that's one. So I'm glad we sort of survived through this thing. One. Second is, I don't think we need to take a survey just to sort of take a last dig at the people first team, right? Because we are all people after all, right? So why take a survey?
Conceding defeat before.
No, but Asif, I think Asif has made an important conclusion or input where he clearly says both are important at certain levels of life and organization, and both cannot be ignored, and both are important. And I think each one of them deserve right context. Based on the context, each one of them becomes important at that point of time. I mean, today, if you look at a lot of startups, I mean, though number of startups are so high, but number of success ratio of those startups are also very low. Is it because people are bad? No. I mean, the value that comes out of the organization at that point of time is not measured in the way it can lead to profits. And other day I was also going through one article after, during this conversation, and one of the startup guy, he actually kept profits aside and he was only focusing on people, and he is able to get money from the investment, fundraising. Because of fundraising, he is able to survive and increase the growth of the organization. Okay. But I always go back from Indian philosophy of family always, and being a joint family, being a conservative country like us, and we should always look at saving some part of the money for future, either for pandemic or for COVID. I mean, for anything for that matter, for future ex-genses. Yeah. So I think, from my perspective, both are important. Both have to be given highest priority at that point of context. One, and individually, each one of also have to find a way to save something for future. That's it. Thank you.
Yes, beautifully said, Shankar. Very nice.
Sangeeta, you got the screenplay for your next book.
Oh God.
Right. So no more voting. Thank you so much.
So we got it.
No, but I would still encourage. I mean, just based on the discussions, based on what each side has spoken, the 3 for profit, 3 for people. I mean, if everybody is okay, then why don't we just?
Yeah, let's vote.
Yeah. So sorry, but I'm not able to activate the poll. That's what I was trying for some time. So maybe we should just go with show of hands if everybody is okay. Even the guys who spoke are also entitled to vote.
For the other team or for themselves?
Their choice.
Can anybody raise for both?
Yeah, my question was that.
No, I think there has to be one more question. One more.
Yes,
like
Raj
yeah.
is raising his hand.
No, I was just saying that for the so I have a different perception after hearing so much of conversation, because we are a company who are growing strongly today. We are believing profit first now, but after hearing a lot of this conversation and debate, so that puts a thought in my mind. Probably people has to be given more importance before we go into that mode. So that's my 2 cents for this.
So somebody's perception has changed based on.
You can engage me.
Awesome.
Absolutely, sir.
Beautiful one. So that is really nice. Yes. Great.
Yeah, just on a side note, I just wanted to ask Raj, as the HR guy, which of the 2 JD speakers captains would you have hired if there was a position?
Too tough.
Both are fired.
Mukund, really? I mean,
What did he say?
he was asking Raj between both the captains based on who spoke, how both the captains. Who will he hire? It seems.
This question is directed to me. I'm an HR person.
Yeah. It was
Being an HR person and taking the center stage on my own, that both are important. I would hire both of them.
Oh,
no budget. Raj, no budget.
Hey, headcount only there, Raj.
Budget
இல்ல அவருக்கு என்னன்னா ஈஸி அங்கதான் இது பேக்கேஜ் எல்லாம் பேசணும். நான் தான் என்ன ஹையர் பண்ணிட்டா போறோம். ஃப்ரீயா எல்லாம்
Come for free. Also will come for free.
I'll go to the CFO for money.
Okay, let's show hands.
Yes. So shall we start with profit first? Who says profit first based on today's discussion?
Based on today's discussion.
Yeah, just
based on today's discussion.
Yeah, so that's
Sangeeta, your vote will be casting out, right? You can't vote.
Yeah. I mean,
no. All of us are eligible.
All of us are eligible. There is no
Sundar,
second.
Sundar is your hand up. Yeah, Sundar, me, Srini, Rajaram, Vaishali, Sanjay, Shankar, Asif. That's eight people. Sorry?
Do you have option to vote for both also?
Yeah.
Only one.
Good point.
So Chandra and Raj Krishnan, your videos are off. So I don't know what you guys are wanting to.
Raj has already said that he is in favor of.
Yeah.
But in his organization, he will only favor for profit.
Absolutely.
No. You have to make a note of it. Okay.
That's a good one.
But when it comes to personal, it's different.
So out of 17, 8 people are profit, so the other team has won. Bye.
No.
Somebody may not want to vote.
Somebody don't want to vote.
Nota. You are the one. Mukund, you are the one. Nota wala.
Okay, so let's go for people first. Who says people first today?
நீ கை தெரியுதா?
ரெண்டுத்துக்குமே you can't.
இந்த கை தான காமிக்கிறேன்.
Raj,
Sundar sir, இது election time. கை காட்ட கூடாது.
Sangeeta, one comment about people.
Yes.
See, always in all the management concept, we'll talk people process technology. Okay. We won't call anytime people process technology cost. We feel at least the cost or profit will be byproduct from these three things. And hence I'm voting for people.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's Raj Narayan, Chandra, Mukundan, Mukund, Rajaram. I see only 5 hands. Anand.
Vasu,
Vasu, yes, sorry.
you are always forgetting me, even to bring in for debate.
We can't forget it. We can't forget it.
Oh, it's
Your
equal
words we
then.
can't forget.
எனக்கு
Even
3
you
vote.
can't expect.
Then it is equal. Then it is equal.
Yes,
How come?
equal.
It is equal.
Yay.
Thank you.
Super. Great. Awesome.
Well managed, huh?
No, well
Good
managed, and
job, guys.
chairperson is in favor of us also.
Good job, guys. Really good job. MOC, very well done. Good job.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done.